Hi, it's John Ryan. With me is Jan Vanderstraeten. And I just attended the Sasquatch, Portland Sasquatch practice. And I just have a couple questions because you're from Belgium.
I am.
And I've never been to Oregon.
Okay.
I didn't come here to go to Portland Sasquatch practice, but I wanted to see Oregon. And one of the things that I'm trying to figure out in looking at handball in the United States, and this is why it's a good question for you. The United States is a big-ass country.
Yes.
I just spent a couple days driving from Colorado to Oregon, and that ain't even half. I mean, it's a long ways from anywhere.
Yeah.
And you come from one of the more compact countries in the world. I mean, how many Belgians could fit on a map of Oregon?
Not that many. There's more Belgians than Oregonians, that for sure. But it's, for example, Belgium is smaller than Seattle.
But it's just like distance-wise, to travel from one end of Belgium to the other end.
I got an amazing quote about that. I always tell people, Americans think 100 years is a long time, and Europeans think 100 kilometers is a long drive.
Yeah. So I guess when I'm looking at it, I saw you guys' practice. A lot of expat guys, a lot of people I could tell just love handball. But I'm like, how do we conquer that size issue where just to travel to go play somebody else is a trip to Seattle for you guys?
Yeah, Seattle's definitely like the closest one for us to play, and it's a 3-hour drive. The furthest team I ever had to play when I was still playing in Belgium was a 3-hour drive. That was a German-speaking Belgian team. And now, for me, I think the idea would be to create more teams within a single city. Like, New York City shouldn't have one team. They should have 10. That's how big that city is. Vancouver, BC should have 20 teams.
And Portland should
have 2. One on the west side, one on the east side, and then we can play each other. At least. Right now we're the only one, and we're on the west side of the city. If you go to the city, it's underneath the river. If you go north of the river, you're on the east side. So basically we should have another 10, 15 people trying to create something on the east side, because the driving is terrible on the west coast in general. I do like, for example, what Martin Galello is doing in San Francisco, but he's doing it on a level of youth, which is great. But then these kids go to college, and then they disappear all over the country, because America is so, U.S. is so big, so all these kids disappear. And you should do that with the adults, having little local tournaments, all that.
Well, one of the things I'm a big advocate for, and to credit Martin, in San Francisco, he started the club at San Jose State, and I think maybe that's something you guys should look at, trying to get programs up at Oregon State, Portland State. Willamette has one of the greatest handball players. Willamette had a collegiate team years ago.
They did. I don't really believe in the collegiate story, because I've seen it time after time again that kids, even here in Portland, you have them for 2 years, and then they find a job in the complete opposite country and they move. So you're training people for a different team. We've had, if I do the lineup of all the players that we've had, we probably would win the U.S. championship, because we had so much talent. They all went through our program and then moved. So you're putting effort in somebody else's team. It's great in a way. For example, we have Jake Sewell in Denver. He, together with Moshi, he started that team all the way back up, and see where they are right now. We had EJ, famous all over in handball world. We had Craig Inahara. He was here. We had a couple more players that now moved back to Saudi Arabia, but were here in college. And those are the kids that were the higher levels, what we want to be, but they disappear. So I don't really believe in that college level.
Well, I think the key is, and I'm trying to start clubs back up in Colorado, is getting the colleges to really think about sustainment beyond their graduation.
Yes.
And I think that's something where they fell short of that. Colorado State had a program and it disappeared. And, that's something where somebody's got to kind of wrangle that college kid and say, hey, you need to find a freshman or sophomore to take over when you leave?
So to me, it needs to be a combination of local people with those college kids. And then that means that the college would have to open up their campuses, because there is no, I've been to quite a few tournaments in the United States. So far, there's only been 3, maybe 4 who had an actual handball-sized court. There's no facilities to begin with. So, let's start there. Let's have the campuses open up to local people, and then you can work throughout an actual program. But just college kids, that to me, that's just, I don't think that's going to work. I also think there's a problem of recreational tournaments. Immediately all the tournaments in the United States want to be that highest elite level. That's not possible. Not everybody is an elite player. You can't just only have elites.
Sure.
A couple of years back, we had a very recreational tournament. We very consciously decided not to go with the USA Team Handball route and make it the official, what's it called? The official sanctioned tournaments. We tried to have it a non-sanctioned, and what happened is that we had entire families pulling kids together and creating a team and playing handball. We had the Portland Pine Cones. That was Greg Zinahara's cousins, and they were all playing against us. This was before COVID times.
They need to find a better nickname.
Yeah,
that's probably why they pulled it.
Yeah, but that was a moment.
Solid nickname.
That was So that was a moment where we had, I think in total we had 4 teams from Portland playing against each other.
Right.
However, the level was super low. Half the kids who were playing didn't understand the rules.
If you start low,
you can only build up.
And I think that when you expose more people to how to play, I think that's a positive thing.
I think if every team just tries to do sanctioned elite levels, and if that's the goal, then handball is not going to grow.
Yeah. Well, not going to solve this problem now. You got to get home, get ready for school tomorrow. But I did enjoy our short chat.
Thanks.
And I'll try and combine this with a longer chat with Ryan and
other people.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's cool.